This is Season 8, Episode 163 of the Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast.
Sometimes the important thing is not the number of miles you've driven, but what's going on inside your head while driving. The Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast will stimulate your mind and keep you company while on the road. Join us for education, motivation, and inspiration from wherever you may be in our nation. You'll hear roundtable discussions about important information that's impacting our industry. Plus, you'll learn more about new technology, equipment, driving opportunities, safety, and operations. Get driver success and fitness tips to keep you profitable, safe, healthy, as well as entertaining stories from the road. And don't you know, we've all got a few of those. We might be traveling in different directions, but we're all part of one driver community at the Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast. With your host, trucker Tim Cicerelli.
Well, hello, friends, and welcome into Season 8, Episode 163 of the Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast. Tim Cicerelli here, otherwise known as Trucker Tim. Coming up a little bit later in this episode, I will be interviewing the number one driver for Stevens Transport. Now, what makes him the number one driver? How about this? He's in the Hall of Fame not one time, not two times, not three times, but four times. And guess what? He's knocking on his 5 millionth mile. He's been with Stevens Transport for 33 years. We'll be talking to a living legend, Frank Nagley, coming up a little bit later. If you're a younger driver, you are going to want to stick around and download some of the wisdom that he's going to be dropping on you a little bit later here on the Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast. We also have some audio to a video you can find on the Stevens Transport YouTube channel. It's our Transition Trucking Spotlight on Stevens contracted driver Mark Scriven, a proud veteran and a driver with a heart for service. His story around the corner. But let's kick off this episode with an interview that I did during Driver Appreciation Week a few weeks ago with a newbie here at Stevens Transport. He's our new safety leader, and his name is Marcus Martinez on our Stevens Roundtable. A new face here at Stevens is Mr. Marcus Martinez. Marcus, thanks for being with us today.
Hello. How are you today?
Oh, great. And listen to that voice. You're trying to take my job, Marcus, aren't you?
Unfortunately, no. I don't have the gift of gab. So
I doubt that. Well, you got the gift of a golden voice. Have you been told that your entire life? I'm sure.
Yes, I have. Oddly enough, I don't hear my own voice. To me, I sound like Mickey Mouse in my own head.
You might want to get your hearing checked. Because, boy, what a golden voice you have, Marcus Martinez. How long have you been at Stevens?
I've been here since the 3rd of this month.
And at the time of this recording, we're in September, so just a couple of weeks.
Yes, I'm a newbie.
You're a newbie here, but not to the industry.
Not to the industry. I've been in the industry for about 25, 26 years. I've been in it since September of 99.
In what capacity?
I started as a driver in September of 99. I went through a lot of the stuff the gentlemen are going, or the people that are applying here are going through, the whole training process. I went to truck driving school, got my CDL, moved on to a training company, and just, grew from there. So training company, of course, you're well versed in safety. Yes. The first 10 years of my venture into the transportation industry was as a driver. Yeah. Spent the next 13 years as a safety in different capacities of safety management, anywhere from road testing to safety manager. I even made it to director of safety at my last company. I was far removed from being a truck driver, so I got back into truck driving just a year ago. A couple months ago, I was still truck driving. Wow. Yeah, I went back into the driving fleet just to get... Was it great to get back out on the road again? Did you love it? Yes. At this age, my body didn't. But having an office that corners is a beautiful thing. Indeed. And well-deserved, too, of
of course.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about what you're doing here at Stevens on more of a granular level. What are you commissioned to do here at Stevens?
We are trying to promote a culture of safety within the drivers and educating the driver, trying to bridge the gap between driver and safety, to let them know that it is not always a bad thing when you talk to safety. We're trying to educate a driver, make a better driver. We've got a lot of people here with plenty of experience, both behind the desk and behind the wheel, and we would just like to share that knowledge with them.
How are you doing that, Marcus? How are you sharing that knowledge? What platforms, what forums?
Just coaching a driver. Whenever a driver calls in, we give them points and tips on what they saw and how they can perceive it a little bit better. Because every day there's more and more traffic out on the roads, and just increasingly it makes it more dangerous for a driver. So just educating the driver on following distance, on making sure that they're handling their mental fatigue well, sleeping well, eating well. There's a lot of different aspects of a driver keeping himself up to making sure that he's producing good quality driving performance behind the steering wheel.
Yeah, and whenever we're talking safety, we always say an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, and they come to you maybe when things have happened already to try to, redirect or pivot and change the trajectory of their habits.
They do come to us after the fact as well, but what we do as a fleet safety manager, we try to promote the culture. So we're coming at them beforehand and kind of giving them tips and coaching sessions before it does become too late.
Wonderful. All right, so Marcus, you've been at Stevens for just a couple of weeks, and here you are getting indoctrinated into Driver Appreciation Week at the time of this recording. What would you like to say to our drivers?
How much I appreciate you guys. I mean, I know firsthand the mental fatigue that you go through, the missed birthdays, the missed holidays, the undertaking your body takes just being behind the steering wheel for 8, 10, 11 hours a day. I mean, I do appreciate you guys and the service that you provide not only to Stevens Transport, but the American public.
So we appreciate everything they're doing, and certainly excited to have you as a part of the team, Marcus Martinez.
Well, I'm happy to be part of the Stevens Transport team now.
Welcome.
Thank you.
I have had the privilege and honor of interviewing hundreds of drivers here at Stevens Transport. But in front of me right now at the Driver's Lounge during Driver Appreciation Week, I have the number one driver for Stevens Transport. And that's not hyperbole. Joining us now is Mr. Frank Nagley. Frank, thanks for being with us, buddy.
Pleasure.
Now, I said the number one driver. People are like, how do you know he's the number one driver? What makes him the number one driver? Why are you the number one driver?
I've been the longest tenure here.
And being the longest tenured here, how many years?
33.
33 years, over 3 decades. Mm-hmm. How many miles, Frank?
Over 4 million.
4 million. That's a Hall of Famer, not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 times your name is in that hall, what we're staring at right now.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, we got a lot to talk about, but wait a minute. But wait, there's more, as they say. It's not just 4 million. We are knocking on how many million miles?
5 million.
We're almost at 5 million already. So you don't sleep, you just drive. I mean, I can't say that because that's illegal. I shouldn't phrase it that way. But I mean, when you're awake, you just drive, right?
Right, exactly.
Okay, where do we even start with almost 5 million miles? Let's start with why you love doing what you do, because you clearly do.
Basically, the independence and just being with myself and doing the job.
Yeah.
Going out there and driving the truck.
Driving a truck and seeing what you see through that windshield. I would imagine there's some, I'm going to call them kids, but anybody can enter this field at just about any age. But let's just say somebody considering a career in driving, and for Stevens Transport in particular, listening to you saying, he's been doing this for 33 years, and this is what he loves to do. A career I'm sure you're very proud of that you wouldn't change.
I'm pretty proud of it, exactly.
Yeah. So aside from just, being by yourself, nobody over your shoulder, you're on your own, enjoying the scenery of this beautiful country, what would you say to a new driver now about to embark upon this career?
Pay attention to your surroundings. Pay attention to some of the old people that look credible, and go out there and watch over everything you do, and don't take anything for granted.
Don't take it for granted. And I like what you said a minute ago, because I'm one of them. Listen to the old people.
Yeah.
Listen to those with wisdom. And I'm pointing at you, Mr. Almost 5 Million Miler. That's okay, right? I mean, to be that seasoned driver that can spread his wisdom to our younger drivers.
Yeah, I did that because I came from a totally different career. And some of it was good, some of it was bad, but you have to be smart enough to filter that out.
Give us an example.
Back then, before a lot of rules, there was guys that did some crazy stuff.
Right.
Switching drivers with the truck going down the road. And there was all kinds of crazy stuff. And so you have to filter out which is logical and illogical.
And that's pretty illogical what you said. Yeah,
exactly.
well, common sense, I guess, right?
Yeah. And that's basically what I'm driving at. Yeah. You have to use good common sense in this job. It's not a law degree job. It's a common sense and doing the right thing kind of job.
And a relatively low barrier of entry. And I don't mean that from a negative. I mean that from a positive, because there are folks that we've had on this podcast that were very young that wanted to become drivers, and even middle-aged people thinking, all right, I'm an empty nester now. The kids are gone, or I've already retired from another job, and I want to try something new, right? All you need is common knowledge and a good work ethic.
Exactly. Good work ethic is the main thing you need.
So good work ethic, common knowledge, but why Stevens Transport in particular? Why would you say that?
They're hardworking people, and they do the right thing. They've done the right thing for me and my family, and I appreciated that.
Explain, dive down on that a little bit more. Drill down on what they've done for you and your family.
I have a wife that had health problems, and they stuck behind me through the whole time and supported it and worked with us on that.
Frank, that's invaluable.
Yeah, that's why I did it.
Yeah.
And they let me do what I like to do, run the truck.
Run the truck, have common sense, be persistent, a good work ethic, and now you're in the Hall of Fame 4 times.
And you have to be personable. Sometimes I'm accused of not being that because I stay to myself, but you have to be personable when you go to your customers. And might I add this too, because today's society, look presentable.
I like that. Yeah, because you're representing Stevens and yourself.
Yeah.
So give us an example. Look presentable. I mean, common knowledge tells you what that means. But how do you look presentable? What did you do? I mean, you look very company right now, very clean.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. It doesn't have to have the exact shirt on, but you got to look like a professional. I don't like the people that come in there look like they just got off with vacation, and they come out and they look like they just fell out of the bunk.
And that's more than just when you're with your customers.
You're representing your company.
Yeah, even when you're out adding fuel to the vehicle, right? Or getting something to eat.
I think it's important, whatever.
So if you're on the other side of the speakers and you're hearing this and you want to know how to be successful, it's more than just common knowledge and work ethic. It's the way you present yourself and being presentable too as well. Basically a professional across the board.
Yeah, there's a time and place for everything. When your truck's down on your 10-hour break or you're doing it, then do whatever you want.
Right.
But once you get behind that wheel and put it in gear and go to your customer or whatever, then you should represent yourself and your company with pride. And that's something I see is lacking anymore.
Wow. Words of wisdom, and it's really quite simple. And you can see why. He's been here for 33 years and in that Hall of Fame. And it sounds like you want to keep driving for a little while.
Yeah, until I can't pass the DOT test anymore. I don't have nothing else better to do. I'm not interested in going. I mean, I know how to golf, but I'm not interested in sitting at my house
Get
doing
out on the
nothing.
road.
I like working.
He likes working, clearly, and we like having you part of the team.
I like nice things. New cars, nice home, all the things that you dream of. It doesn't get handed to you. You have to go earn it.
See what he just said right there? And see, a lot of folks, that there might be a perception, I find, a false perception that, driving a truck might not be that lucrative. That couldn't be further from the truth, and you're a living example of that.
It's as lucrative as you want to make it. They give you the tools and the opportunity.
And the loads.
And
it's not like you're waiting.
Especially at this company. If you prove to them you want to work, they'll work you.
And you're the proof of it 33 years later. Frank Nagley, good to see you, my friend. Thank you for making time. Yep. Now get back out there on the road.
All right. Thank you very much.
We'll see you when you crack that 5 million, my friend.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Now more than ever, truck drivers are true American heroes. The men and women who literally keep America moving by delivering goods across the country. Being a professional driver is a rewarding, financially lucrative, long-term career filled with exciting adventures. A career where you'll never have to worry about job security. If you have your CDL and keep it up, it will sustain you for the long haul. you can see the country, serve your country, and provide a good life for your family. Whether you'd rather haul on a dedicated route or lane, or prefer working with one specific customer, if you want to own your business, we have a program that sets you up for success with all the tools and support you need. We've got opportunities in our intermodal rail division and have programs to help military veterans transition into trucking careers. We have second generations of drivers whose parents have driven for Stevens, who then trained their children and are now truck drivers. Some are even small fleet owners. So, whatever your dream is, you can achieve it right here at Stevens. If you're looking for a company with a 40-plus year track record that's never had a layoff and just had the largest pay increase in company history for both new and experienced drivers, Stevens Transport has you covered. We offer the finest tools and technology and provide our drivers with the best state-of-the-art equipment on the market. Our infrastructure will support you both on and off the road. As a driver for Stevens, you become part of our family. Many companies throw the word family around. We're family-owned, family-run, and family-driven. Our 40-plus years of success is built on family. At Stevens, you're not just a number. Our drivers are part of our extended family, and we recognize and honor them every chance we get. If you want to be among the top income earners among professional drivers, if you want great benefits, if you want to have every type of driving opportunity at your fingertips, if you want to be part of a company that will stand behind you and ensure your success, come join the Stevens Transport family today and become an American hero. So, what are you waiting for? Take the first step toward your future career with the best trucking company in America. Become part of the Stevens Transport family today by calling our recruiting department at 1-800-333-8595 or apply online at stevenstransport.com.
Ever wondered what it's like to drive across the country and get paid to see America's breathtaking landscapes? Welcome to life as a team driver with Stevens Transport. The life of a trucker can sometimes feel solitary, but with team driving, you're never alone. Let's dive into how teaming up with another driver can transform your trucking career. So what exactly is team driving? Simply put, it's when two drivers share the responsibilities of operating the same truck. This allows for continuous travel and efficient delivery. Federal regulations require solo drivers to be off duty for at least 10 consecutive hours after 11 hours of driving. Team driving, however, maximizes productivity by alternating driving shifts, cutting down on overall trip times. By working in shifts, team drivers can cover over 5,500 miles a week. That's more than double what solo drivers can achieve, leading to more priority loads and higher earnings. Efficiency is key. With two drivers, tasks like loading and unloading become quicker and easier. Plus, you'll earn more per mile. One of the greatest perks? You get to choose your driving partner, whether it's a close friend or a new acquaintance. Having a partner on the road makes those long hauls more enjoyable. And what about rest? Team drivers sleep in comfy bunk beds while the truck is moving, allowing for nearly non-stop travel without sacrificing sleep. Safety is another major advantage. With two drivers, there's an added layer of oversight to ensure committed safety. So, if you're ready to take your trucking career to the next level, consider team driving with Stevens Transport. It's the perfect blend of companionship, efficiency, and increased earnings. Explore the benefits of team driving and start your adventure today with Stevens Transport. Apply now and join a team that drives you to success. Your journey starts here.
Welcome back to the Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast. My name is Tim Cicerelli, otherwise known as Trucker Tim. If you wouldn't mind, when you hit your next stop, please follow or subscribe to this podcast from whichever podcast platform you're enjoying it from. We are everywhere. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Audible. If it's a platform with a podcast on it, we are there. And by following the podcast, you'll have a brand new episode waiting for you each and every week as soon as it's released. And if you wouldn't mind, please leave us a review. Tell us what you like about the show and what you'd like changed. We are producing this podcast for you to keep you educated, informed, and hopefully a little entertained as well. Okay, time now for some audio you can find on a video from our Stevens Transport YouTube channel. This is the story of a dedicated driver with Stevens Transport where service is his thing. After serving in the military, this driver chose to follow his grandfather's footsteps by entering the trucking industry. He completed his CDL training and knew right away that Stevens Transport was the perfect fit because of the top-of-the-line trucks and the family-like culture. You're going to have a chance to vote for this driver to win a 2025 Transition Trucking Award starting November 1st at transitiontrucking.org. Here is driver Mark Scriven.
I feel like that I've always had like a joy in that, kind of like picking people up, you know, kind of just going. Service is my thing, honestly. I'm the oldest of a lot of kids. I actually always been at service. I didn't really think about going to college. I think the fastest way to independence was just getting in the military. In the military, I was a little confused. I didn't really know what I was gonna do. My granddad, on my dad's side, was also a truck driver. When I was little, I used to watch him, you know, Peterbilt, hitting that Jake brake. So that was the thing, you know, that got me into it. And then I went to trucking school. I went to a company that really paid attention to the drivers, and it's kind of like, you know, with the military, it's like paying attention to your soldiers. Stevens, it was a great experience. I love black. It's my favorite color. Yeah, so when I seen the black, I was like, I'm sold already, but let me hear what y'all talking about. Such a like strong color. Drew me in. I felt good. It felt like I was in a spaceship. A digital dash, standard red light in there on the bottom, little floodlight. It's nice. Pretty much, it sounded like a company that cared about the drivers a lot. Like that family bond. Like, it just felt like I was continuing doing what I've been doing. This actually feels more personal. I'm operating like under myself a lot more, you know. I would say the similarity between trucking and the military is the operation order, how things work. So you get your load, same as getting the mission. You know, you get a little brief. I would say as soon as you deliver the load, it's the same as, you know, sending that completed mission. Hey, it's done. It got here safely. What's next? The challenges you're gonna face in those first 6 months, I would say physical fitness. Sometimes you're gonna be in bad situations, right? And mentally it might feel bad, like, you know, it might not be a good situation. That confidence to get you through things is just gonna be way better. Right? You're gonna be more attentive, more alert, sleep better. It's gonna force you to take care of your equipment yourself. The truck is important, but if you take care of you, you're gonna take care of your truck. Take care of your truck, keep everybody safe. I think all that stuff just kind of trickles down, but it does start with, you gotta at least give yourself some time back. You know, you gotta decompress from a physical standpoint as well. Stevens, I think, is a very structured company, and I'm extremely proud to be there.
Don't forget, starting November 1st through November 11th, we are going to be asking you to vote every day and vote often for Mark Scriven to be the 2025 Transition Trucking Award winner. You can do so at transitiontrucking.org. Well, there she is. Let's pump the brakes on episode 163 of the Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast. If you found this podcast because you're searching for a brand new career, please make sure you visit the episode notes. We will have phone numbers and every link possible for you to learn more about Stevens Transport and even schedule a call with one of our recruiters. All the information is in the episode notes. And like we said earlier, please follow or subscribe to this podcast from whichever platform you're enjoying it from and share it with one of your fellow drivers. We sure would appreciate it. And finally, my name is Tim Cicerelli, otherwise known as Trucker Tim. Thanks for joining me. And until next time, be safe out there. And thanks for listening to the Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast.